Hey everybody. So to continue on with my questions that I started last night, but I need to get some sleep. Uh, After working the hours that I've worked this week, sleep has been a best friend. but but I didn't want to leave you guys hanging. I still had that open account, if you will. But I don't like to leave things unfinished, if at all possible. Something to think about. If you have something unfinished, whatever it is, right? Things you didn't say, things you didn't do, things you haven't done yet, right? Do them. It's important to think about and say it. But so moving on. So the next question in the herd of the questions that this young lady was sending my direction, her next question was, and it was kind of weird, but I caught on why she was asking it, and we'll get there. How do you feel about, like, I guess I want to make sure I word it as she worded it, or as she asked it. How do you feel about people who have deficiencies that they can't control, like skin and that kind of thing? And I said, okay, fair question, because there is a lot of people out here that have uh, disorders or uh, deficiencies for whatever reason. And I went scientific with her for a minute. I'm like, okay, well, to answer your question, let me kind of uh, uh, make sure that we're clear. How many of us out here have plaque psoriasis? Millions of us. How many of us have some kind of environmental allergy or something where as soon as we walk outside, we're right, we're doing this, right? How many of us have scars from chickenpox? How many of us have shingle scars? Because if you get shingles, the chances are, because it's a pretty nasty thing, um, chances are that wherever the patch of the shingles is, depending on how your body fends it off and heals from it, you can and most likely will develop scars from it, right? And chickenpox and shingles are, you can't control them. We all get them. Some people, most people will get them early in life. Others will get them later in life, right? Um, some people won't even get chickenpox. They'll end up getting shingles, which is the more uh, uh, severe version of chickenpox. Um, there's a lot of folks out here that have blotches in their pigment, or they had some kind of pigment issue, whatever. And I said, for me, I can't judge any of that, right? Like, why would I? How could I? Every one of us out here has some kind of an allergy, or we have scars, or we have whatever, right? Just like me, I have a gnarly scar on the back of my head. It's about 6 inches. It's about 6 inches long. It's a pretty gnarly scar, and I know that when people walk behind me, that's the first damn thing they see is this gnarly ass scar on the back of my head. I can't do anything about it, right? I actually went into full depth with it like that, right? Because it was another one of those questions to where it could have been perceived as you're judging somebody for something that they can't control, right? Just like being tall or short, you really can't control that. On in most cases, um, and there's a lot of other things that you can't control, right? Things either grow or they don't. Being appropriate, right? So to answer her question, I simply said, I can't judge, and I won't judge somebody for something that is out of their control. Now, can they take care of their body? Absolutely. Is there things that you can take care of for allergies, and is there ways to I mean, obviously, if you have a scar and someone sees it and they ask about it, don't get offensive. Just be open and honest about it. Uh, if someone asks about a pigment issue or whatever, they're not trying to be offensive. Just answer it and move on. If you have an allergy and you're outside and you're itching and so forth, just be honest and say, hey, yeah, I've got an environmental allergy that when I'm outside, I naturally itch. Okay, cool. So in brass tacks, and this is probably the most important part, is we all have something. We all have some kind of skin thing. We all have scars. We all have disorders in some way, shape, or form. We all have them, right? There isn't a person out here that has a perfect body. I, I'm sorry. That's just the truth, right? That's the honest truth of it. Just like me, I have a baby face, and there's nothing I can do about that, right? I can go and work my ass off in the gym, and I can burn off as much fat as I possibly want to burn off, but believe it or not, my baby face will remain. It is what it is, right? The fact that I'm balding up here, right? There's not much I can do about that. It is what it is. I started going bald when I was 22. I'm sorry, 24. It is what it is. Can I fix it? Is there things that I can do to reestablish the hair? Sure. Go and spend a shit ton of money and hopefully it'll last for any long period of time. Right? It is what it is. And I added that into it just to let her know that, hey, I mean, there are things that. And she said, absolutely. Absolutely, yes. She's like, she even told me, she's like, you know what? You do that balding thing really well. You look really good with your hair just like that. And this is how my hair looked when I was having the conversation. She's like, you do that really well. You pull it off really good. And that baby face, you look really good with it. It fits you really well. But brass tacks, don't judge people for things that they can't control. Embrace the things. Embrace the people. Love people for who they are. My good folks, hope you're having a great night. Until next time.